took Gronk completely out of that game against New England. I mean,
did.
it's a huge loss, but Marcus Peters is a great corner. They got Justin Houston, Tom Bahali. They got great other players. So I think it'll be fine. I think they are for real.
So you underrating their Patriots win? Is that you didn't think it was all that impressive?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. My name's Matt. I like your butthole. I don't know. Hello, everybody. My name's Matt. I'm your host today. Wait, do we even white balance?
We white balance.
Okay, good.
Receivers were dropping things. They need glue. You got some glue for them, Kyle?
some
Zach,
stick 'em.
give them some glue. Give them some stick 'em.
So other than the wide receivers dropping balls, you think Mike Glennon's the answer in Chicago?
Mike Glennon's definitely not the answer long term. They obviously got Mitchell Trubisky. They traded up one pick to get him. But this is not necessarily the move you need to make now. Don't put Trubisky in a position where he's going to fail. He's playing Pittsburgh next week, and then he has Green Bay. And don't put a rookie in a situation where you're setting him up to fail. Give him some time in the offense. Let him establish himself.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Expansion Pack, an extension of BTC, and where we talk about comic book news, video game news. I am your host, Andy Marlowe.
And I am Chris Nielsen. I am also a host, and let's get into some news.
In our first story, well, this might not be as entertaining, but I still am super excited for. Funko Pop will be releasing Crash Bandicoot figures soon. As someone who collects these figures, I'm excited to go pick one of these up.
I'm a huge Crash fan, so I'm excited that there's Crash Mania in the air. I'm going to pick one up too.
I'm excited for the new game. You've been playing it, right?
Yes, very good.
That's
Go check that
awesome.
out. Next, nipples. Yeah, you heard it here. Mario's nipples. Nintendo released more visuals of the upcoming game Super Mario Odyssey, and we got a sneak peek of the former plumber's nipples. As internet screams about his new insight into the character, I'm stuck to wonder, why is he so clean shaven?
Yeah, you would think with like the mustache and everything and being Italian, me being Italian, being hairy is kind of a thing.
He's not a plumber anymore, so he's got a lot of time to manscape, I guess.
That's very true. In other news, EA announces they will be doing a new basketball game, but one you might not have realized, the WNBA will be getting their own game. Just like NBA 2K, the game will include the current roster of players of all 12 teams. While some might be disappointed they don't get to play past players like you can play in NBA 2K, but I'm still pretty, that's exciting. It's good to see women's sports getting their own games.
I thought they already had it, so I guess it's good.
Yeah, that is, I guess it's
I don't
really
play
good
2K,
games.
so that's... Call of Duty released 4 trailers after releasing the official trailer for the highly anticipated game World War II. They're finally back in World War II. It hasn't been since World at War, I think.
Yeah.
The trailer introduces 4 main characters to the game's campaign mode. We're introduced to Red Daniels, Turner, Zussman, and Pearson. Each trailer tells you more about the characters and why they're fighting.
I mean, I don't really play Call of Duty and never got into it, but I'm excited to see they're going back to their roots, and it seems like it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and the 4 main characters thing feels like it's kind of like their Nazi zombies group dynamic,
yes.
so we'll see how that goes.
Valve is cracking down on review bombers on Steam. Review bombing is when a population of Steam players don't seem to agree with the practices of the developers of a game and will go onto their Steam page bombarding them with negative reviews. Product designer for Valve, Alden Kroll, wrote a pretty long letter discussing the issue, saying Valve will fix the issue by highlighting them through a week time. If there is an influx of negative reviews, say in a 3-day period, Steam will highlight the issue saying high volume of negative reviews, say like from August of 28 to August of 31st. If there's a high volume because the developer said something, it's going to be flagged as like, hey, these people aren't actually leaving good reviews. It's just to make it look like it's bad reviewed.
I hate that they have to do that. Let's just be honest. I don't know.
Steam is one of those things that I really enjoy, but Valve is starting to get on my nerves a little bit with things, if that makes any sense.
In our last story, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, has dropped a new trailer strongly proclaiming no more Nazis. This game will be available in October for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. While in 2018, the game will be available for the Nintendo Switch as well, which many people have been excited about. So.
Have you played the first Wolfenstein?
No, I haven't actually, but I'm glad that...
I haven't either, but I've watched a lot of gameplay of it, and to be honest, this game is really, really good, and I'm very excited for the second one.
Their E3 reveal really made me want to jump into the series, so...
Well, and also in other news, PUBG actually beat every game with players. They currently have the top most rated players currently playing on the game. Yes.
At like one time?
Yes, they beat Dota 2.
Crazy.
They beat Dota 2 officially. It wasn't official, but just this past week it became an official thing.
So if you're not playing, what's wrong with you?
If you're not playing like every other streamer on Twitch, what are you doing? Well, I mean, that's all we have time for this segment, but be sure to stay tuned as we come back with Matt. He's going to be talking about a bunch of comic book news, so make sure that you stick around and stay tuned.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Do you like sports? Do you like reading about sports? Then we got a sports blog just for you. Stay on my peripherals. That's not fun. Hitting the field.
The first student-run sports blog.
For sports fans.
By sports fans.
See, it's all about the product shot.
Where do you want me to stand?
Don't talk though. I want them to see the whole.
Hitting the field. We cover football. We cover basketball. And so much more.
He's out. By sports reporters. And Meech.
What up? Watch the show and read the sports blog. Hitting the
field.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
What's going on, everyone? This is Expansion Pack Comic News. I'm Matthew Salavaria, and I'm here to discuss some of the most recent releases in the comic book world. Let's get started. We begin with the aftermath of Marvel's Secret Empire. The evil version of Captain America that brought Hydra to power has finally been taken down by Earth's mightiest heroes, led by the true Captain America. But now with Cap's name tarnished by this evil doppelganger, what will it take for his fellow heroes and others to see him as the hero he truly is? This question and more will be answered in Secret Empire Omega, out now. As the sun sets on Secret Empire, many have their eyes set to the new Marvel relaunch, which should truly bring some legacy back to the Marvel lineup. The Marvel Legacy relaunch begins with a one-shot issue next week on September 27th. Here's some exciting news for X-Men fans. It was recently announced that Jean Grey will be revived in Phoenix Resurrection, The Return of Jean Grey. The original Jean Grey has been dead now, though, since 2003 at the hands of Magneto. Since then, we have only had a young version of Jean Grey that was taken from the past and brought to the present in 2013's all-new X-Men. The original Jean Grey coming back in full power of the Phoenix Force, meeting this young Jean Grey that is, Phoenix Force Jean Grey, possibly power-crazed version. We'll find out all about this with Phoenix Resurrection, The Return of Jean Grey, in this December. DC's newest event, though, Metal, has recently begun, as evil Batmen from all across the multiverse converge on DC's main universe. It's up to DC's heroes to stop these evil versions of our world's greatest detective before they conquer the main DC universe. Issue 2 is already out now, so catch up before these Batmen catch you. Looking ahead of Metal, though, a sneak peek image has recently hit the web. The DC comic event called Doomsday Clock. All that's known of this is that for you Watchmen fans, finally we'll be getting the crossover you've always dreamed, as Dr. Manhattan is coming to the main DC universe for reasons still unknown. The teaser image shows us our Dark Knight reading from the pages of Rorschach's journal. DC's Doomsday Clock will be starting later this year. In indie news, IDW has a surprise for all you Toonami fans out there. With the 5th and final season of the critically acclaimed cartoon Samurai Jack recently ending, IDW will be giving fans more to satisfy their craving with Samurai Jack, Quantum Jack. This comic will show Jack going through dimensions, meeting different versions of himself, all in the effort to stop the evil Aku. Samurai Jack, Quantum Jack will be on store shelves come today. Now for our pull lists for today. With all the new comics out today, let's see what they have. Wonder Woman / Conan #1. Harley Quinn #28. Superman #31. Samurai Jack, Quantum Jack #1. And Aquaman #28. That'll be all for today, though, folks, and we'll be back right after a commercial break. Thank you so much, and see you after.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Do you like sports? Do you like reading about sports? Then we got a sports blog just for you. Stay on my peripherals. That's not fun. Hitting the field.
The first student-run sports blog.
For sports fans.
By sports fans.
See, it's all about the product shot.
Where do you want me to stand?
Don't talk though. I want them to see the whole.
Hitting the field. We cover football. We cover basketball. And so much more. He's out.
By sports reporters. And Meech.
What up? Watch the show and read the sports blog. Hitting.
Field.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF apps today.
Hey guys, welcome back to the expansion pack. Now this segment is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be doing something more casual, as I would like to say. We're just going to discuss. So, Chris, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing recently? Well, as we talked about earlier in the first segment, I have been still playing Crash Bandicoot,
Awesome.
the Insane Trilogy, on PS4. That game, I have been really impressed with it. I like the fact that they can. I was hesitant at first because whenever they're going to do some sort of remaster or remake, you're always kind of like, you cringe because I mean Crash through his entire run has gone through some big changes, and this one was surprisingly, they took him back to his roots. They made it
That's awesome.
feel like it did back on PS1. I really thoroughly enjoy it.
Have you done all three, or have you only done?
I have played all three, like crystals wise. Like I've gotten like all the main story, if you will. I'm working on getting all the gems and trying to 100% it. But the fact that they added time trials in Crash 1 and Crash 2 kind of like threw me off a little bit because I mean you can't like it's more difficult. I mean like in the third one you can gain like a sprint ability, and that makes it way easier.
Oh yeah, that, and also like you were saying, like we haven't had essentially a good Crash game since what, Crash Team Racing, which came out after Crash.
Oh my god, I played that so much.
We haven't had a good Crash game since then, so it's been a while. I mean, all the Crash games back on like PS2 were garbage.
They were garbage.
I think it's because
they were garbage.
for the PS1 they kind of like pushed the hardware to its limits to
and we changed
bring
developers.
And then what?
They changed developers after Crash Team Racing.
Yep.
Really?
It was like the first four. I actually enjoyed Crash Bash. Crash Bash is like a little known one. It was like a party game. And I enjoyed that one. But Crash Team Racing was.
The second.
I like that better
Racing,
than some Mario Karts.
I do know.
Sue me. I don't care.
I played the original Crash. I don't own a PS4, so I can't really play.
Yeah. I heard there's a rumor. I'm not sure if this is true, but they might be bringing it to Xbox One and Switch.
I don't have an Xbox One or a Switch.
Well,
I'm very
then you're
far
out of
behind in
luck.
the console game. I don't know if y'all know this. I'm a PC master racer, so.
You can find some way to like to
emulate.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be illegal though. We don't want to do illegal things on this show.
Right. I'm just saying you can though. You have the ability.
Yeah, we do. Talking about remastering, there was a rumor about Spyro. Now, Crash Bandicoot was my second. Spyro was my number one as a kid. And there's been rumors about it. And I'm hoping it ends up like how the remastered Crash is, because I just love the original Spyro games. Like, I have like, it's just the warmest thing in my heart that I just love those games.
The problem I see with that is like, I don't know how ingrained Spyro is in Skylanders, but he was the property that kind of launched Skylanders off. I don't know if he's still like within that game at all.
Yeah.
I know they added like Crash Bandicoot in like a year ago or something like that as like a character for Skylanders.
They did?
But for
they did.
But for the most
Holy
part,
crap.
Crash has kind of been done when it comes to games for a while. So bringing him back in this remastered form doesn't seem like it's coming out of nowhere or it's conflicting with an existing game.
Yeah.
But the fact that Spyro might be
Like
attached to Skylanders, I'm not sure. Yeah, the first.
Spyro.
Yeah, that would be great. I would love that.
That's the main ones I would want, because I've played every single Spyro game until it went up to Skylanders. Like, I even played the games that they try to make it more realistic and dark Spyro.
Was it Dragon's Tail on GameCube? I played
and
that.
The ones in like PS2, like I noticed something about like when it comes to Sony, and it's that Sony, like games that are on Sony consoles that are exclusive for one generation seem to never really cross over into the next. Like, let's take, I would say the only exceptions to this would be God of War with God of War 3 and Uncharted with Uncharted 4. But even then, those are the only two exceptions. Like Ratchet and Clank.
Sly Cooper?
Yeah, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Spyro, Crash Bandicoot. Like, they didn't pass their generations. They kind of died with their generation.
And I think that's when when the PS2 came out, like the PS2 was one of the most selling consoles just because it had a DVD player.
Even though it was the
Legitimately.
weakest.
It was nice.
It was the weakest. The GameCube was more powerful.
That's what I'm saying. Nintendo was getting more powerful, and I would say the Xbox was getting more powerful.
Even the Dreamcast was more powerful.
Yeah.
Like
Like-
which died.
Like I had the PS2, and the main game I played with the PS2 was Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. Yeah.
Was Kingdom Hearts.
That's why I
Best
got it. That's why I got a PS2. Honestly, that's why I got a PS2.
I got a PS2 for Devil May Cry.
Ah.
And that's another one that didn't switch generations except for kind of Devil May Cry 4, which was okay. I mean, it wasn't Devil May Cry 3, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Matt, what are you playing? Are you playing anything? Are you reading any comics recently?
Oh, comics. Oh, that's way too long of a list for this
All right.
segment. I would say.
You sure? You read comics?
Do you read comics?
I
We
mean,
don't
I don't know. Like, I'm more of a manga person, obviously. No.
Oh,
Clearly
yeah.
a Marvel guy, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, I would say though, video game wise, I'm playing my Switch an ungodly
Are
amount.
you playing the Zelda game? Have you
Oh
played
yeah,
that? I don't play Zelda.
I've already
sorry.
beaten that. I'm waiting for that DLC though for Zelda. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for those expansion packs. I've been playing a lot of Sonic Mania. You're talking about bringing back old franchises
Yeah.
like
That's
with
awesome.
They've had
Crash.
some real misses and
Yeah.
not a lot of hits.
Yeah, with Sonic, but this one,
Yeah.
this is the remaster of old school Sonic.
That's
This
what I've been
is-
hearing.
This is what Sonic is and meant to be. Just like another remaster of an old game that, truly brought life to it, Metroid Return of Samus. I got that this weekend.
For
It
the
is-
it's for the DS, right?
for the 3DS, yes. I
Oh, it's
love
already
it.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, Metroid Return of Samus is beautiful.
Cool. I don't have a Switch, but I have a DS, so I can.
Yeah, the
I might pick that
3DS,
up.
I would pick that up if you can hunt down those amiibo. They give you like awesome things in the game. Even the older amiibo like Zero Suit Samus from Smash Bros. I would recommend that. But as for Sonic Mania, like even the opening cartoon segment seems like extremely like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And it's so perfect.
They used to have that show.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's a like it was created by a fan. It was basically a fan created like this like artwork and cartoon kind of thing, and then like Sega went to him and were like, hey, yeah, here's money, do that for us now. And if you find with Sonic Mania, it's not even made by Team Sonic. It was not even made by them really. They just kind of were like oversaw everything because, well, no offense to Team Sonic, they haven't done anything good in quite some time. I mean, just think of like, what, there hasn't been a good Sonic game.
Well, I mean, Sonic was something that a lot of people kind of just, you loved it when it came out, and it was like, oh yes, we're like a new rival for
Gotta go
Mario.
fast, gotta go
Like,
fast.
that's what's gonna happen.
It worked for 2D.
It worked for 2D, and then they went 3D, and then I
Well,
think that's where a
they
lot of
struggled
games
when
failed.
it's not like they didn't have good 3D games,
There's
but they
one
had
good
way more
3D game.
struggles when it went to 3D.
Yeah, it wasn't like with Mario where it went to 3D and then worked amazingly.
Oh yeah. Mario 64, it blew up, and everybody was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah, or even like, let's say the one that...
Nintendo does really well, I think, with adapting in general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When it
even-
comes to like, all right, we have this console, this is the next generation. They still adapt their games very well. That's why I think Mario is still relevant today. That's why we're getting a Super Mario Odyssey. Like, I'm really excited for that game.
Yeah, I think
because who knows why this character has been around for so many years, but I'm still excited for a new game of it. Like,
Well, it's because he's shirtless now.
oh yeah, nipples.
Well, that's the thing though
Nipples.
with Mario games and Nintendo. They always find a way to do more with their franchises and not just rehash it every year and like do the Call of Duty effect. They
Yes.
they always have
Which, I mean,
something.
Call of Duty, I'm gonna give it a benefit of the doubt. Like, they do that, but you gotta make money, and you.
But even then,
gotta
I'm,
make
I'm
money.
excited for the new game. How about that? I'm excited. I don't play Call of Duty.
I'm
I've only
not.
played I played Modern Warfare 2 a little bit with my friends, World of War, Nazi zombies, and I played Ghost. And
I'm so sorry.
yeah, like I got Ghost for free in my Xbox 360 when I bought it. Like, I rebought it because mine broke. My original one broke, and I got it for free, and it's still in the packaging. It still has the plastic wrap around it, and I'm like, do I give this to GameStop and get $2 out of it? I don't even think I'm gonna get that much.
If it's wrapped, I feel like you should
yeah,
get more.
it's still
but
wrapped. It has.
Whenever I
wrap
brought a
and
game
touch.
back, I only get $2.
I'm
I
so
don't-
sorry for you, like, cause see, I haven't like, I kind of liked Call of Duty World at War, but even then, like with them going back to World War II now, I feel like obviously.
I think they're competing with Battlefield. I
Yeah,
think
the
that's
only
what's
reason they're
happening.
doing that is because of Battlefield 1, which Battlefield 1 I thought, okay, this is cool, but then I played it and I'm like, okay, yes, because every soldier in World War I was running around with these experimental rifles
Hey.
that never really anyone had.
I mean, if they did, that'd be funny. That would be a
That'd
great.
be funny.
Or like,
That would be
you
like
know,
a great history lesson that we would learn in class. Like, oh yes, they had these great rifles that literally like blew people up in one hit.
Yes.
And it came out of a little tube.
And totally didn't have recoil. Like with
No recoil. What is
I saw
recoil?
with the multiplayer trailer for Call of Duty World War II, you see like an STG-44. Like I'm also a major gun nut. You see like an STG-44 with a weird experimental red dot on it, and I'm like, really? And then you see it also shooting with like little to no recoil. I'm like, that thing was basically the AK of its day, and that came out toward the end of the war. That thing.
We're talking multiplayer here. We're talking about multiplayer
I know.
customization. I'm sure that the main campaign
It's not
is a
going to
little
change
bit more
the game.
immersive.
Yeah, but it's not
than-
going to change the game mechanics.
Well,
of,
that's
like,
okay,
it.
but I mean, like you're talking about multiplayer when you have people like jumping and crouching in a corner and not knowing how to move, and like
I like
that
that
kind of
movement.
takes you out of the whole "this is World War I" kind of thing. But the fact that they did World War I, that was, I mean, I don't think
It's a
that.
world war that people seem to forget.
Yeah, we don't. It was called the Great War, but
They
not.
also
The war
don't.
didn't-
Video games doesn't care
They
about
also
adapting
didn't
it.
show a
Yeah.
lot of the points of like other like areas of the war. I found like they just showed like I remember seeing like a developer interview and they were like, oh, we're trying to show all parts of the war because this war was basically with World War I, a war through like it was all inconvenient. Like it wasn't supposed to happen. It just blew up from a little assassination and just kind of went crazy. Like. But they didn't show other parts of the war. Like we barely fought against like the Ottomans throughout it. Like the Ottoman Empire, we didn't see much of that. We didn't see much of the other Central Powers. Like and with World War II now, with Call of Duty World War II, it's starting off from the D-Day invasion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna give video games the benefit of a doubt. They're not history books. They're not gonna do everything that we know. They're gonna do the more exciting parts of the wars because. Again,
I mean, we're
they're
not
the
going to get to
exciting.
see like any of like the North Africa campaign from what I see. Like any of North
I mean,
Africa.
they could-
Weren't
they
they
could add
planning on
DLCs. They could
adding
add
D-
DLCs
I think
to
they
them.
were adding. I thought they added something, like at least like a Russian like commando squad or something like that. I thought there was
Into
a whole
Call of
campaign
Duty
around it into Battlefield 1.
Oh
not-
yeah,
not
that
World
was in
War.
the name of the Tsar DLC.
Okay, see,
Yeah,
see, they
that's-
were adding different fronts, weren't they? They weren't
They
just
were
saying.
sort of like
Okay,
they
all
were
right.
adding
All I'm
it-
saying is they were adding some like other pieces of the war as it went on.
Yeah,
but
as
as games, as first-person shooters, are these?
becoming more like, hey, here's a tiny thing, and now buy like 5 expansion packs worth of other stuff and pay to win.
What are expansion packs? Those don't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's
They're
just
DLCs now.
it's just tiny DLCs.
What is the expansion pack?
yeah,
for
we
like,
just-
I think they still call them that for like MMOs and stuff like that. You get
Yeah, they do.
expansion
Like
packs.
for World of Warcraft, it's expansion packs. Like Legion was an expansion.
There you go.
yeah,
And I love me some Blizzard. Speaking of Blizzard, I have been playing a lot.
Yeah,
of
what are you
Overwatch.
playing? What are you playing?
A lot of Overwatch, and so I just recently started playing this game about a month and a half ago, and honestly, I'm addicted to it. I play on my friend's account, and he was level 34. I'm now at 153. In-
How many
Question.
levels can you go to on this?
You can go to, there's a lot of levels, because you can go, you can be like bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and plat. And those are 100, there's like 500 for each like level, like bronze, silver, and plat. You can go up
You
very
lost
high.
me. I haven't picked up Overwatch, but I
Question.
know once I do, I probably will get addicted like almost
It's
everybody
so much
that picks
fun.
up the game.
It's so much fun. I recommend it, even though it's already been out for a year and a half now.
Yeah, so you came pretty late to the game.
I knew about it, and I played a demo at a DreamHack, but it's just I didn't get into
Is
it.
the
'cause
price go down? Because like I
the
still
price of it I didn't want to pay.
It's still like
People
$60
always said
bucks.
like, oh, it's just a girl game, like don't like girl game, and so I was like, I I hate that. Like, that makes me feel bad, so I never played it. And then I played it, and I'm like, oh, I love this game. It's so much.
I don't see what they're talking about there, but.
So wait, question. Were you a TF2 player before?
I played TF2, but I did not like TF2.
Team Fortress 2.
See, I'm
Yeah,
also
Team
very
Fortress.
much old school with my stuff. Like, with Call of Duty, people say, oh yeah, I love Call of Duty and Battlefield. And I'm just like, like Counter-Strike Source and like, some CSGO.
Oh, I love
and,
CSGO.
Yeah, and then I'm like,
I play
people
CSGO professionally.
and then people say Overwatch, and I'm like, Team Fortress 2, like, I'll do that, or I'll even go more old school, and I will play old school Quake. Like, I will play some old school Quake from time to time. I love that stuff, and I just love those types of games. That's why I love the what was it, the 2015 Doom like remake?
2016.
Yeah, it was, I think it was
la-
last year.
It was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I cannot wait for that to come out on Switch. When that
Yeah.
comes out on Switch, along with Wolfenstein 2: The New Order, I'm picking them both up. I want to be able to play Doom on the go. I will punch a demon in the face and rip out its brain.
Well, all right. So I want to kind of end this segment with recommendations. Chris, what do you recommend for someone to play?
Right now, another game I was playing was Shadow of Mordor.
Yes.
Shadow of War is coming out soon. Do that because the stuff you do in that game can transfer over. So check that out.
Matt?
I would say Metroid Samus Returns, and if you want a little bit something older that came out that the price has gone down, I would say Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I've also been playing that a little bit, just trying to finish that up. That game is ungodly huge.
I'm going to stick with Overwatch because right now I'm literally obsessed with it. So, but I think that is all the time we have. So thank you everyone for checking in for our first episode, and we'll see you next week.